What it do? Bedtime crew. Hey man, listen, today I am here to talk about the UFC fighters that will be getting their redemption in 2025. I'm also going to cover a fighter from every division that I don't think will be getting redemption. They will be losing their next fight. I'm trying to keep things balanced, so I'm going to cover one fighter that I think will bounce back successfully and one fighter that I don't think will be able to pull that off. Obviously, I'm looking for some redemption myself. I need to get my accuracy stats up expeditiously. My last performance with the predictions for 312 went absolutely horrible, so we're getting back. We're doing baby steps. We're rebuilding the channel in terms of my predictions. These are all going to be 100% accurate, dude. All right, let's get into this, man. Starting off, Flyweight division. Let's get into this, dude. Flyweight division. I'm going to say Tatsuro Taira will successfully rebound from his loss to Brandon Royval. This guy's just too fucking talented, man. I'm sorry. I just cannot see this guy going on a losing streak at Flyweight. He's actually talented. And the thing about Flyweight that I can't hold against Taira, some people are like, oh, bro, he's done, dude. He got exposed. Think about it like this, man. Every single great Flyweight, they are like a 99 overall in 4 out of 5 aspects. Grappling, wrestling, cardio, all this shit, right? Like they're 99 overall in all of these things, and then at one thing they're fucking terrible. Brandon Moreno, Pantoja, Figueiredo, these guys all are exactly like that. They're great at like 4 out of 5 things. There's one thing that someone else in the division can always beat them at. That's why you had half these guys lose to Askar Askarov, but then Kai Kara France randomly beats him. You know what I mean? So I don't hold that loss to Royval too badly against Taira, especially considering the fact that he did really out-grapple him in that fight. His only problem was, unfortunately, this guy has no idea how to throw a punch. So once that gets cleared up, it's wraps for the Flyweight division. Trust me, man. And as for the fighter that I don't think is going to bounce back successfully in their next fight, I don't even know what to say, man. I'm sorry, bro. Like, I want... Oh, my God, bro. I just have to be real here, dude. I just have to be real. This is... I feel like they're applying the Dominic Reyes storyline .exe to me in the UFC. Why? Why are we putting my guy in there against Brandon Moreno coming off one of the best performances of a career when he just got knocked the fuck out by Kai Kara France? Why are we not doing Steve Erceg versus Joshua Van? Please explain that to me. Why are we not doing Steve Erceg versus Charles Johnson? Why? Why are we not doing Steve Erceg versus Tim Elliott? Instead, we're trying to book this guy against fucking Asu Almabayev. Now we're trying to book him against Brandon Moreno in his prime with custom shorts. Fuck you, UFC. But with that being said, I don't think he wins that matchup. I'm going to be rooting for him. I'm a huge Steve Erceg fan, obviously, not to glaze myself, but, you know, this is me. This is literally me, bro. But I'm just gonna be real, dude. They're throwing my boy back in the deep end. It's bullshit, and I don't appreciate it. All right, man. But I'm gonna be real with it. Now, let's move on to the bantamweight division, and this is gonna be very unpopular, but I don't give a fuck, dude. Peyton Talbot. Jesus Christ! Look at the photo of this guy. Why did you get rid of the fucking afro, dude? Why? But regardless of that, when he grows back that haircut, you're done. Peyton Talbot's coming back, man. I have a theory about Peyton Talbot and his downfall, if that's what you want to call it, against Raoni Barcelos. First and foremost, I saw way too many people. Dude, you picked Talbot against Barcelos, man? You're fucking casual, kid. But listen, bro, here's my theory about Peyton Talbot. I actually think Peyton Talbot is still good. I still think he has championship material level potential. Obviously, he needs to work on his takedown defense, a little bit more aggression on the front foot, more consistently. Like some fights, he's a fast starter. Sometimes he's a slow starter, and it kind of messed him up against Barcelos. We've seen that in other fights going into the UFC as well, where he's losing early rounds, then he has to kind of come from behind. It's not a good thing to be doing in the bantamweight division, where there are a lot of very skillful, a lot of crafty vets out there. You know, this guy basically fought Edson Barboza, except if he was a wrestler, dude. So I'm not going to hold it too much against Talbot losing to Barcelos. That is a pretty tough fight. But my theory with Peyton Talbot is He saw that all the mainstream attention was getting on him. He saw people calling him Sean O'Malley 2.0. He saw all the hype, all the ESPN MMA Instagram posts, and he decided to gatekeep his popularity by losing to Barcelos. Think about it, dude. If he won that fight, where's he going on his next fight? Probably a ranked opponent opening up a pay-per-view, mainstream attention. Frank Ocean's going to be walking him out, singing fucking American Wedding or something. Now he's back to the Apex prelims. Now he's back to being underground. That's what Peyton Talbot wants, dude. I don't think this guy ever wants to be mainstream. I think he wants to gatekeep himself from the normies and the casuals and stay underground like all of the music that he probably fucking listens to. So I do think that Peyton Talbot is a little bit deceptive. I'm seeing a lot of people kind of being like, oh yeah, dude, Talbot sucks. I guarantee you he's getting fed a can in his next fight and he's knocking him the fuck out. I guarantee you that, bro. This guy's fighting Ronnie Yaya or some shit next and he's chinning him out bad. Promise you that, all right? As for the UFC fighter in Bantamweight that won't redeem himself, you know, like young Ancho Jubilee, man, Chito Vera, bro. I already know what's about to happen, bro. Here's what's going to happen with Chito Vera. He's going to get booked against... Oh, shit, I just dropped my phone. I'll edit that out. But, dude, he's going to get booked against Mario Batista. That's going to happen. Probably like UFC 315. Maybe a fight night main event or something like that. Probably not a main... Jesus Christ, not a main event. Forget I said that. He's going to get booked against Mario Batista. And we're all going to be rooting for Chito Vera. We're all going to be picking Chito Vera by KO. Listen, man, Chito's fucking explosive, dude. He's not going to be inactive like Jose Aldo, man. Dude, Chito's going to go out there and front kick Batista out cold. We're all going to be praying for it. Literally on my hands and knees praying for Chito to slump Mario Batista. And he's going to go out there and feint at range, get held against the fence, cry about the decision when he has one good moment in round 3. And that's gonna be the story of you, Chito Vera. That's what this guy always fucking does. Every time that he needs a bounce back win, he will get one. But if it's someone that you go, dude, this is actually gonna be a crazy fight. He might actually be able to pull this off. Guaranteed this guy freezes up like Tyron Woodley against Batista, loses, and then fights someone unranked and wins. That's what's gonna happen with Chito Vera. But for his next fight, he's not getting that redemption, bro. All right. Moving on now, we're gonna talk about the featherweight division. And listen, man, this is one that I've talked about a lot. I'm gonna keep beating the fucking drum, dude. I'm gonna keep screaming it from the rooftops, man. Bro, when Alexander Volkanovski comes back, and he's not coming off a fucking 2-month weight cut from 155 down to 145, and hasn't been head kick KO'd 2 months ago. At 6 in the morning, I literally woke up. I was sleeping on a couch. I woke up and I watched this guy get KO'd by Islam and get on, you know, I want to fight Ilya next, you know. I'm looking to come back January, February. This guy wanted it earlier. This psychopath wanted to get knocked out by Islam in October and then come back against Ilya in fucking January. So imagine what will happen when Volk isn't doing something as dumb as that, has like a year plus off, comes back refreshed, motivated, hungry. You're telling me this guy's not gonna fucking piece up Diego Lopez? Get out of here, man. Especially if we get Ilya versus Islam. I think Volkanovski, if he gets booked against anyone that's not Ilya Topuria in his next fight, he will 100% come back with a W. 100% on everyone's soul watching this video. Volkanovski will beat Lopez. He will beat Aljamain Sterling. He would beat fucking, I don't even know, Movsar Evloev. I believe in Volkanovski, dude. Cut to him getting KO'd now that I've said that. But I'm serious, dude. I think Volk is actually going to come back and look good. I believe in the redemption of Volkanovski, all right, man? As for the person that I don't think's going to redeem themselves, at least at featherweight, man, and listen, this video is all about just, I guess, accepting reality, man, and just you know, changing my views on a couple of things, dude. It's part of the storyline, dude. You know, it is what it is, dude. Listen, bro. Oh my God, man. Look at the fucking photo of this guy. Look at the picture of him. What am I supposed to do, man? What am I supposed to do? I didn't choose this life. I'm a Brian Ortega fan. I didn't choose this. I didn't ask for this pain. But here I am. I'm a Brian Ortega fan. And even I have to just admit, it ain't looking good, bro. He's taken more damage in his last 2 fights than he's dished out. He got a win over Yair Rodriguez. In that fight, he got dropped by fucking baby punch Yair Rodriguez. Then he got fucking beat up by Diego Lopez, who I don't think is really like this championship level fighter. Like, he's winging big meaty hooks in the pocket, just spamming buttons. I just think that Brian Ortega's like, the thing that he had going for him, he was never this like, oh my god, man, Brian Ortega's so skillful, bro. Like he's an underrated boxer. He's got a nice little jab on him. He's got some cool little shoulder rolls sometimes. But the thing about Brian Ortega was he could walk at you, take like any amount of damage, not be bothered by it, land punches, land elbows, jump on your neck in round 3 or some shit and submit you. But now he's losing his chin and his damage is catching up to him and he's slowing down. He's blobbing up a little bit. I'm sorry, like unless he's fights, I don't even know, like Lerone Murphy maybe. Even then, I think Lerone Murphy would somehow win a fucking split decision over this guy. You know, like he beats Dan Ige. He would beat Dan Ige, I reckon, and he'd probably beat Edson Barboza in a 5-round fight. That's the level that I believe Brian Ortega's at now, where he's like a number 13, number 12 ranked kind of guy. Like, you're coming up off the, you know, like Billy Quarantillo wins a couple fights. He's losing to Brian Ortega to get a ranked spot. That's where he's at. But I'm not, I have a sneaking suspicion the UFC's not going to match my GOAT Brian Ortega up with fucking Dan Ige or Edson Barboza. I have a bad feeling they're going to throw this guy, hey, Brian, listen, kid, think about the fans you can make if you fight Josh Emmett. Listen, Josh Emmett's hot right now, dude. People love this kid. This kid's a superstar after what happened with Bryce Mitchell. You go in there, you fight him on 2 weeks' notice, you're going to make a superstar. Like, that's what they're going to do to my boy Brian Ortega, dude. Don't act like that's not going to happen. So, just being a realist, I love Brian Ortega. I would love to play Fortnite with Brian Ortega. If you're watching this, T-City, please, brother, send me an invite. I'll play some Fort with you, dude. We'll run some duos. But I just have to be real. I don't think he's winning his next fight. I think the downfall of my GOAT, Brian Ortega, has begun. And I just have to be real about it. You know, the first step is accepting the truth, okay? Now, let's move on to the lightweight division before I get fucking depressed, before I have to scroll some IG Reels and watch some like inspirational videos to bounce back. There is one UFC fighter that not only is their redemption, I think, going to happen, but I'm not going to say I need this for my mental health, but it's pretty fucking close, dude. Max Holloway. Max Holloway, if you can hear me, please bounce back with a win, brother. Max Holloway, if you can hear me, please fucking beat Charles Oliveira. Dude, Max Holloway, I need this Pereira run at 155, bro. I need this, and I think it's going to happen. I think he beats Charles Oliveira. I know people don't agree with me. Literally, what the thing about MMA fans that I find so funny, people will fucking come and clown on me when I have bad predictions. Okay, I get it. But you guys are literally the biggest prisoners of the moment there ever has been. Anytime a UFC fighter defends their belt, dude, is he the GOAT of the division now? Dude, I'm pretty sure Dricus is middleweight GOAT now, man. Dude, I'm pretty sure Merab's the GOAT now. Every single fucking year, every single week, someone defends their belt. Dude, this guy's the GOAT, dude. John Jones defends, but oh my god, John Jones is the GOAT, man. You know what I mean? Pereira. People trying to put Pereira above Khabib. Trying to put Pereira as a fucking top 5 fighter of all time for beating Khalil Roundtree. The fucking recency bias never ends. Same thing with Gaethje. Now with Holloway. Holloway before going into the Topuria fight. Dude, I don't know, man. This is a close fight, right? Obviously, you have the Ilya nuthuggers, but going into that fight, I would say most people were logically thinking, listen, dude, this is actually a hard fight for Ilya. Max Holloway is actually really good. Soon as he loses this shit, you cannot even utter the idea that he would beat Charles Oliveira, even though Charles Oliveira does not have the skills of Ilya Topuria. Defensively, offensively, I don't think he could take down Max Holloway very easily. I don't think he would have as easy of a time hitting him, hurting him, honestly, because I don't think he's as skillful of a striker and a boxer as Ilya Topuria. And Max Holloway has improved his defense. He has. He still has a crazy fucking chin. There were shots in that fight against Ilya and even against Gaethje. Any other fighter is asleep from those shots. Max Holloway is made of something else even now. And I think when you add in the fact that he's going to go back up to 155 at a much healthier weight cut for himself, alongside being a little bit more permanently bulked up, he's going to hit harder. He's going to take punches better, if that's even fucking possible now, after that fight, which I believe he will. And I feel like his footwork and his elusiveness and his volume and his cardio and his takedown defense, and how hard he is to hold down, I think he beats Charles Oliveira. So I'm going to say that Max Holloway will redeem himself. He will become a top contender at lightweight. We will be talking about him versus Islam Makhachev, or, you know, if Islam leaves the division, maybe someone else at 155. All I ask is, like, Ilya, if you're watching this, which you probably are, bro, please don't go up to 155, man. Just leave Max alone, bro. Like, if you have to go up to 155, just go fight Islam. Go fight Islam to put Islam Makhachev, whatever the kid's name is, and then leave Max alone, bro. If Max earns a title shot, just vacate the belt and just leave the division. Please, brother, I'm asking you nicely. You know? Man to man, Ilio. Please, brother. Do not KO Max at 155. Don't ruin this for us. All right? You got him. You beat him at featherweight. Whatever, dude. Stay down at the Pipsqueak division. Okay? Now, as for the downfall at 155, or the fighter that I don't think is going to bounce back from their last performance, Michael Chandler. I know that literally yesterday, like 24 hours ago, I dropped the video, dude. Guys, man, people hate too much on Michael Chandler. That being said, did I say in that video that he's good? No, I said he's entertaining because he's not good. Because he could be good, but he chooses not to be. Which is entertaining as fuck. But at the same time, this guy's losing to Paddy Pimblett. This guy arguably loses to Beneil Dariush, and I really mean that. And I know people would disagree, but I honestly believe that, bro. I don't think Michael Chandler, tries to fucking win fights anymore, dude. He literally gave up everything for the McGregor fight. Got absolutely not. Bro, this guy's entire UFC Spotlight page is about Conor McGregor. Look at this, dude. Conor's literally KOing his career on this fucking screen right here, dude. Jones is laughing at this guy. Michael Chandler's done for. Mate, you're 40 years of age. What are you fucking doing here? He's done. He's losing to Paddy Pimblett. I think Renato Moicano would be a tough fight for him. Maybe he could win that. Beneil Dariush, Rafael Fiziev. Man, even fucking RDA, I would be like, you know what? RDA could craft this up. I think Michael Chandler is there for a good time and not to, be actually good. I know that his catchphrase is, I'm here for a good time, not a long time. I know that. Don't comment it. But yeah, I don't believe in Michael Chandler at 155 as a winning contender. I think he'll just hang around, have entertaining fights, and then retire soon. That's what I think, all right? Moving on now to the welterweight division, and some of these are kind of gimmies, some of these are kind of easy. I think it's pretty fair to say Ian Machado Gary's going to bounce back from his last fight. He had a very close fight against Shavkat Rakhmonov. We never heard the... I've gone out there, and I've almost submitted the boogeyman. Nobody else wanted to fight him. I went out there and I did it. That's Ian Machado Gary for the past 6 months. But regardless, you got to give him fucking props, dude. He made Shavkat Rakhmonov look as human as I thought. And the only thing that I don't like about this shit is that it should have been Bilal. It should have been fucking Bilal that went out there and exposed Shavkat Rakhmonov's wrestling and his fucking hairline. All right, dude. But it was Ian Gary, and I'm going to give him props. He lost that fight, obviously, but I think he's going to bounce back. Whether it's against Carlos Prates or Colby Covington or somebody like that, I think it's pretty fair to say Ian Machado Gary is going to look more motivated, more aggressive, more impressive in his next fight. I do believe that this guy will be a future title challenger or number one contender or even a champion if the right guy ends up with the belt. I don't know what it is about welterweight. I'm seeing I think that Ian Machado Gary's a bad matchup for some of these guys, but then JDM I think would beat him. I think Leon Edwards would be a really hard fight for Ian Gary. Even then, now that's kind of different with the grappling, but there's some guys at the top like Joaquin Buckley that I think Ian Machado Gary is a really bad matchup for that he'd beat. Even more so than Bilal Muhammad. So yeah, Ian Gary will bounce back. I think he's going to be a staple of this division for a long time. Not a hot take at all. Same with my person that won't rebound. I think it's over for Dilbert, dude. Pour one out for Durinho, bro. Listen, man, I forgot him yesterday in the fighter retirements that I'm gonna miss a video, but yeah, dude. I like Gilbert Burns, respect to him, but this guy is not beating Michael Morales. This guy's probably gonna be matched up with some fucking nightmare if he hangs around after losing to Morales. And I think that unless Gilbert Burns just turns into Damian Maia and just spams takedowns, holds you the entire time, which is basically what he did against JDM. I think if he strikes long enough with any of these guys that have power and have straight punches, he's going down. He's going to lose that fight. And even against Brady, he got out-grappled. So I feel he's been replaced in the division by a more dangerous current version of chinny, dangerous jiu-jitsu guy. Brady is now Gilbert Burns. He's now the chinny kind of, if you take him to round 3 and jab him enough, he'll kind of quit. But if you go to the ground with him, you're fucked. He's been replaced with that archetype by Sean Brady. So I feel Gilbert Burns is very outdated in this division right now. I think he's going to have a Damian Maia kind of fall off where, he fights one or two more contenders and then he just kind of dips off into retirement to become a coach. To the great Herbert Burns, dude. That's what Gilbert Burns' real focus should be. Forget trying to be a ranked fighter. Go coach the GOAT, Herbert Burns. All right, mate? Let's talk about middleweight, dude. And I was obviously considering putting Robert Whittaker here as the guy that's redemption will happen. And I could see that happening, but Here's the fucking thing, you guys. I'm gonna fucking bounce back, dude. Literally, you guys. Here's the fucking thing, dude. Middleweight is not that fucking good, you guys. Short, like, people, that's what I'm saying with this recency bias shit, bro. People, like, bro, I think there's definitely UFC fighters that would make Sean Strickland look bad, just like Drickus did, right? I think Bilal Muhammad beats him. I know people disagree with me, but I won't be convinced otherwise. I can clearly see it in my head, right? I think a Mavov would be a way harder fight for him now. I think Kyle Baralho's activity and mixing things up would be tough for Sean Strickland. But at the same time, this is middleweight. Jack Hermanson fucking pieced up Joe Pyfer a year ago. You're telling me Sean Strickland in the Apex is not going to randomly beat Kyle Baralho or Nasruddin Imavov again or Robert Whittaker in a fight? Come on, dude. Sean Strickland literally, by virtue of having defense and consistently fighting at the same level, the same way for the past however many years, won the belt, was on the pound for pound list, arguably beat Drickus in their first fight, went the distance with him in the second fight. I still believe Sean Strickland will come back in his next fight, which, by the way, 100% will be in the Apex, and just piece up some random ranked blob at middleweight. This division is not good. It'll probably be a boring fucking 5-round fight. That's what Strickland does, man. He's gonna 49-46 some jabroni in the Apex, man. I think Strickland will bounce back. He'll be fine, okay? But speaking of Apex main events, boys, I don't think we're getting another Cannonier main event after this, man. I don't know, man. I think the era, the golden age of middleweight where Jared Cannonier is main eventing every month, I think it may be coming to an end, dude. He's fighting RoboCop. He's fighting Obama this weekend. I think he's about to get fucking impeached with a right hand upside the temple by Gregory Rodriguez, excuse me. I love Jared Cannonier, dude. I really don't want this to happen, but I feel that this is the end of an era for my boy, Jared Cannonier. He went on a tragic downfall last year. I don't think he's going to turn it around against RoboCop. Like, RoboCop's a dangerous matchup for him, regardless of the fact that he's coming off 2 very damaging fights. He's always been kind of chinny. He got rocked by Robert Whittaker. Do I need to say anything else? No, dude, Jared Cannonier. I love Cannonier, but he's really outsized. He has decent power, but not one-hitter-quitter type power at middleweight. He's got pretty good defensive grappling, but he does slow down a little bit. And I think that RoboCop's going to tank the calf kicks and just break him with a TKO in like round 2 or round 3. And I don't want to see that roster watch Jared Cannonier removed post, but I don't think my boy's bouncing back. All right. Last 2 divisions to talk about. We got to talk about light heavyweight and maybe a controversial opinion here, boys, but look at my boy Jamal, man. Look at his smile, man. Look at his happiness, man. Made me happy. Made me smile, man. Nice. I think Jamal Hill's gonna bounce back. You may be saying bedtime. Jamal Hill literally fights like he's on Street Beefs. Look at his belly. You know, Hall of Fame fridge protector. Yes, these are all true. He's built like an iPad baby. I know this, bro. But at the same time, Jimmy Crute, Rodolfo Gelato, these guys going to war over the number 15 spot. Alonzo Manifield is still ranked. Anthony Smith is still ranked. You're telling me there's no one in the top 15 Jamal Hill can beat. I just don't believe that. They're going to match him up with probably Khalil Roundtree, maybe like Volkan Oezdemir. Maybe they match him up with Oezdemir. That's kind of a tough fight. I think Jamal Hill can beat some of these guys at 205. I do think he will redeem himself with a KO or a decision, like just clean technical kind of striking in his next fight. He did win the second round against improved Yuri, so I think that he's going to bounce back with some help from Yuri Proska. Yuri can go in the corner maybe and just... And Jamal, yes, he built very circled, but he gonna come back with good form, and let's go for that, you know? So I think Jamal Hill's gonna bounce back, dude. As for the person that I don't think's gonna get redemption, this fuckery of Khalil Roundtree, bro. Listen, Khalil Roundtree, was the storyline cool? Yes, bro. Were the edits fire? Yes. But let's be fucking real, bro. He beat Anthony Smith. And now people are like, dude, this guy murks Yuri, bro. This guy murks Jamal, bro. Fuck that. No, he doesn't. He was competitive with Anthony fucking Smith in his last fight before Pereira. He won, 2 rounds off Pereira at his absolute worst, right? Still exposed a lot of things about Pereira. Looked really good in that fight. I'm not going to take that away from him. I'm just saying that is a matchup thing more so than, in my opinion, a... holy shit, Khalil Roundtree's so good. I think that is just he has these specific tools that work really well against Alex Pereira, but against other guys, it's not the same, right? Like, why is he not performing like that against fucking Johnny Walker in the fucking war room? You know, like against fucking, who else? Tyson Pedro and shit. You know what I mean? I just think that's one of those fights where you step in and you're a bad matchup for the champion, but then we put this guy against Rakic, or we put this guy against Blachowicz. He's getting smudged. He's losing clearly. That's my opinion. I don't think that Khalil Roundtree is a, dude, this guy's going to be champ, man. He's the second best behind Pereira. But that's how he's going to get matched up now because of how well he did. So, in my opinion, Khalil Roundtree is going to have a very sudden kind of fall from grace as like, oh my God, man, this guy could be champ. That's my opinion, all right? Last one to talk about is the heavyweight division. I think you know who I'm going to say, bro. My GOAT, Curtis Blades. Hey, we are on fraud watch. We're counting down the days. We're counting down the minutes until Curtis Razor Blades goes out there, packs up this blob, TKOs his face through the canvas with elbows, right? Gets on the mic, makes an extremely reasonable call out. The thing that I like about Curtis Blades, and people are always like, oh, why are you a Blades fan? First of all, go rewatch UFC 225. Amazing pay-per-view. That was the first one that I watched in full. You'll understand why. This guy literally KO'd Overeem as #1 contender. Somehow didn't get a title shot. But regardless of that, the thing that I like about Curtis Blades is when he gets on the mic, he's not calling out bullshit, bro. Some of these guys get on the mic, they're calling for fucking Tom Aspinall in their next fight. They're ranked number 8. That's not happening, dude. Curtis Blades is probably going to get on this mic and call out March and Tybura or something, you know? That's what I respect about him, dude. So, for me, I know for a fact Curtis Blades is going to fraud check the fuck out of Rizvan Kuniev or whatever this blob's name is. He's going to get him out of there, and then he's going to fight March and Tybura in a fight night main event. He's going to get another W. We're going to repeat the cycle. You guys know what's the deal with Curtis Blades. He's going to win 3 or 4 fights. He's going to get a title elimination bout. And maybe the 4th time's going to be the charm. Maybe we can finally capture the belt. But who knows? All I do know is he will be fraud checking Kuniev in his next fight. As for the person that will not redeem themselves in 2025, I'm willing to put any amount of money on this. Please DM me if you want to bet on this. I would love to make some free money. Tai Tuivasa, bro. Tai Tuivasa, bro. If you guys watched UFC 312, this man is literally a Hall of Fame burger cleaning, plate cleaning, fridge protecting, fast lunch break activated 99 overall fucking blob, dude. This man is literally circular. He looks like fucking Augustus Gloop from fucking Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. I might get demonetized for like cyberbullying. I don't care. Tai Tuivasa is so enormous and blobulous and literally turning into DJ Khaled before our eyes. I know for a fact he's either not fighting soon and just retiring, or he's gonna come back, and I shit you not, like, we may see another Shamil Gaziev cardiac arrest type loss. Like, I could honestly see Tai Tuivasa in between rounds faking going out on the stool. Dude, Tai Tuivasa would fake going out on the stool, bro. Oh my God. Tai Tuivasa gasses out in the bathroom, bro. Like, this guy's actually fucking cooked beyond belief. I thought he was cooked like a year ago when I made that video. He's even worse now. So, I know for a fact he's not coming back. But regardless, this is my list. Let me know yours in the comments down below. Who do you hope redeems themselves in 2025? Obviously, we are all praying for the Tuco Tacos redemption. We're all praying for the Anshul Jubilee redemption, but drop some other ones in the comments, man. If you guys enjoyed the video, drop a like, subscribe to the channel, go follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Bedtime MMA. I will see you guys in the next video, man. Goodbye, boys.